Hello and welcome to the first Zoom call from the school community from Yindog. My name is Rhea. I'm a dog trainer and behaviorist. I founded this group, created this group to support people with their dogs. And today we have our first meeting for how to help dogs during fireworks and thunderstorms. The meetings are recorded and published only in the group school. You can use the chat. You can write into the chat. I live here with 9 dogs. It's possible that the dogs bark. It's possible that I just run away. If so, please stay. Wait a few minutes. I'll be back soon. Then I have to look for the dogs, what they are doing. But normally they are quiet. Yes. Here I have my notes. So I'll have a look to the side. The problem with dogs that are afraid or anxious with the noise of thunderstorm and fireworks. In the United States, we have now the 4th of July. Here in France, we have the 14th July. In Switzerland, it's the 1st August that people are celebrating, and a lot of fireworks will be used. And we have 2 parts in this, I call it a Zoom podcast. Today, it's one part how we can prepare ourselves, our animals, the situation, and how we can react in the situation. We start with the worst case. So if the situation just arrives, the thunderstorm, we do not always know when it arrives. Sometimes it's very spontaneous. As fireworks today, a lot of people just celebrate a birthday or anything else with fireworks. Our kids are just playing with fireworks. It's awful, but it is as it is. So we do not have a control. The second problem is that we cannot train it because we do not have a chance to. We do not have regularly. We do not know why we do not have a firework once a week or a small firework and then a big firework or thunderstorm. So we can train the situation. The second thing is that special thunderstorms, but also fireworks, have a very high energy. And a lot of dogs react also to the energy. It's not only the noise, the sound, it's also the energy. And you cannot train a situation without the energy. So if you say, I just take the noise, I just take work with the noise of thunder or fireworks or gun shooting. I live in an area we have hunting season, and my dogs have a big problem with the guns. So this is it's not only the noise, it's also the energy behind it. And there are a few things we can do. We can do in this situation, and also things we can do to help, to support, to stabilize our dogs. If you have the situation that you have a thunderstorm or firework and your dog is in panic, there are possibilities like bug flowers, rescue bug flowers, phytotherapy, aromatherapy, but these things do not help very good in the current situation when the dog is already in panic. It can help a little bit. It really depends also on the dog. There are thunder shirts. These are shirts you special for dogs, so they can feel their body. That sometimes helps a lot. There's also the bandages from Linda Tellington-Jones, the T-Touch bandages. So you can put these on the dogs and they can feel themselves. Most dogs love to hide somewhere. It can be, it should be something like a cave. It can be the wardrobe, bathroom, under the bed, behind the sofa. And there exist beds special for dogs with fear of fireworks and thunderstorm. They are closed like a cave. We normally know that from cats. Maybe you can buy, if you have a small dog, you can buy such a bed for a cat, so your dog can go into this. The other ones for dogs are bigger and special when they have they're built against to protect the dogs from the sound. They're a bit expensive. So what shall you do? You should stay calm. It's very important not to appease the dog. We know our feelings, our thoughts create our feelings, and the feelings we share. So if you think about if you are sad, or if you are, yes, feel uncomfortable because your dog suffers, your dog will pick up this feeling. That's why it's so important to stay calm and clear, and you can recognize the dog's feeling, but try not to have pity. Just stay there, be present. Let the dog tremble. If the dog trembles, let it be. It's a reaction of the body to cope with the situation. It's energy. And find out what your dog needs. Most dogs I know like contact. They like body contact. They like to hide and to press themselves into a corner. In the old trainers, the old school was ignore the dog. Ignoring the dog, if it's in my eyes, it's cruel. But it doesn't help also to involve too much into the feelings. So you stay calm, you stay quiet. You can sit beside your dog. Some dogs just like to lie beside you. Some dogs really like to be not stroking, but like a message. Some dogs like that you take lie your arm around them and hold them. And this is the same situation with the cave, where they can go in, where they can hide and press themselves against, because this feeling the body helps the nervous system to calm down. And yes, these are the things you can do in the current situation. Be present, be authentic, be there with your dog. So for example, trying to watch the television and put on the sound does not really help, because in this situation you would ignore the dog. It doesn't say, it gives the dog the idea to feel that he feels safe in this situation with you. In our relationships with dogs, it's all about security and leadership. So we come to the second part preparation, and preparation is a lifetime challenge. It's important to expand the comfort zone and the learning zone from your dog. We have three zones. It's the comfort zone. It's the zone we know where we are safe. Then comes the learning zone where we are out of comfort zone. It's not so comfy, but we don't have panic or fear or anything. We are maybe a bit stressed, but we can still cope with the situation. We can understand, we can learn, we can express ourselves. And out of the learning zone, we are in the panic zone. And in the panic zone, it is not possible to learn or to understand or to realize things. So if your dog is already in the panic zone, you do not have much chance to calm it down. You can just sit beside it and try to hold the situation, hold the room for your dog. Ideal would it be to get the dog, yes, to keep it in the learning zone and to expand the learning zone. So everything you learn something, you expand the learning zone and also the comfort zone, because things you know, maybe you in the beginning your comfort zone is walking, and then you learn to drive a car, and learning to drive a car is the learning zone. And if it's a habit, driving a car is comfort zone. So this works like that. And that's what we can try to do with our dogs, but we still have the problem that Thunder and Fireworks are no regular happenings where we can say we can train it with the energy once a week or once a month. Dogs are family and pack animals. They are very social, so it doesn't make sense to ignore them, to put them in a cage or anything like that. They really need our support. And what we know today about our dogs is that dogs support each other in stressful situations. And dogs love, most dogs, it's definitely that most dogs that are called dominant are not dominant. They just have no limits, no boundaries. They do not respect any boundaries because they never learned to respect boundaries. So they take control of the situation, but they are not sovereign. Most dogs love a clear leadership. They want orientation and security. And therefore, you have to be present with your dog. You have to be authentic, consequent, persistent, and clear. So your dog always knows where it is, where it's placed, what you want. And for example, if you say the dog is not allowed to sit on the sofa, or the dog shall not get something from the table, this is a rule. You can do that. But it's not for the dog, it is frustrating when you change your mind every time. And then when you're not consequent, you're not authentic. And when you're not authentic, your dog doesn't feel safe, and he thinks he has to protect you or to guide you because you're not able to do your job. And it's only to give a frame. And it has nothing to do with punishment. And it's not that we should feel awful because we have now rules in the house for the dog. It helps the dog. It helps the dog for orientation. Without orientation, they feel lost. We leave them alone. We leave them alone with their problems, and they in this case they start to find orientation by themselves. They become active, and this is sometimes or mostly when we think our dog has a behavior problem. It's just that we have missed to be the leader and to give clear boundaries and rules. This will build up a comfort zone for your house, for your dog, sorry. comfort zone for your dog when he knows what you want and that you're able to protect your dog. So this is the lifetime challenge in your relationship to be the leader for your dog. And leadership is not to be the boss. It's not I'm the boss and you're nothing. Leadership is cooperation. But this is another thing. What you can do is the cave, build up a comfort zone in your house. When you have a cage, for example, and your dog likes the cage, you can try to isolate this cage so that there's no light and no noise, and your dog has a dark little cave where it can hide, but do not close the door. The dog must have the chance to go in and out whenever it wants. Cage is another thing we can talk about, but really to create a cave where that you train already before. So you can make the cave for the dog to sleep in, to stay in when you have guests or you're working or whatever. You can train the dog that when it's in the cave, it's safe and calm and quiet. Something else you have to mention is that fireworks and thunderstorms are energy. It's pure energy, and that's why it's so difficult to simulate it, because we can simulate the noise, but we cannot simulate the energy, especially of thunderstorms. And every thunderstorm comes with another energy. And if you have a high sensitive dog, it is very difficult to protect a high sensitive dog from energies that are in the air, that are everywhere. I have made the experience that my house has ground floor and this first floor, that my dogs go upstairs. They do not want to be downstairs on the floor, on the earth. They feel safer upstairs. If you have the chance, if you are not living downstairs or near to earth, maybe you have the chance to find a place for your dog that it's not, do not put it on the cupboard, but where it doesn't have a contact to the floor. Old houses sometimes are not so isolated, so the energy just goes into the earth, and it's nothing that would kill us, but it's energy. And yes, the last point is do not give them tranquilizer, please. Tranquilizer are there to calm down the dog, but at the end, that means that they are awake. It is not, they are not sedated. When you have an operation, you are sedated and you do not get anything around you. With a tranquilizer, they are awake, they have fear, they are stressed, but they cannot move. And this is a very, very big problem, and it's much more traumatizing than sitting in the situation and having the chance to react. We have the four trauma responses: fight, flight, freeze, fawn. And these are natural reactions of our nervous system and our body. And that's why I say trembling is so important. When your dog pardon, is awake, it has the chance to react, to find a way for body and nervous system to cope with the situation. When it's calmed down with tranquilizers, it's not possible to react, and then it's possible that the fear stucks into the body and into the nervous system. And then you have a real problem, because then it's much more difficult to help the dog. It's a trembling dog doesn't look nice, but a trembling dog has a chance to cope with the situation. A tranquilized dog has no chance to cope with the situation. The body is cool, calm, but the dog inside is dying of fear. And we do not want that. No. So, yes, that's it. I hope it helps you. I hope there were a few informations that you can use. For any problems in person, please, you can contact me or write it under the post. And yes, I wish you all my best for the next coming celebration days. And I hope you know what to do, or it helps what to how you can help your dog in the current situation. And you have now a few tips what you can do over the time. If there's something you want to know that is more important, like how can I build up a comfort zone, we can talk about that in another Zoom session. Thank you for listening, and hope to see you next Tuesday.